going to have to see a real step change in delivery and performance. That's a really important piece of work. And of course, you can't actually manage what you don't measure. And I think part of the beauty of what ORR does is make sure that there are sensible metrics for measuring performance. And one of those metrics that's been in place lately is the IRAP star rating. So there's a commitment for 90% of travel to be on 3-star or better roads by 2020. And I think that's a fantastic initiative. It's stuff that relates to the objective safety provision of roads. So stuff that arguably is within the gift of the road authority to deliver. And I think that's really important to be setting those sort of benchmarks, those milestones along the way to that zero harm ambition, and to make sure that we can track performance towards it, and to sort of drive decision making and to drive investment levels to support that. So yeah, absolutely. I think that's really important.
And then I think that nicely segues into the final question I wanted to ask you, was just what value do you think the ORR brings in terms of monitoring national highways and what it does for you as a stakeholder?
For me, ORR is absolutely essential in terms of setting that sort of performance level that's required and keeping an independent eye on that, and to provide that motivation for the road authority to, keep going, really, because it's a hard slog, road safety, and it's a hard path to take when you've got to balance off a whole bunch of different priorities. So I think it's really important that road safety is elevated to that level of priority, and that ORR is overseeing that. I think that's absolutely essential. And I might add, actually, that for me, the next layer of network is of real interest. So the major road network that's governed by local authorities, that's the sort of premier roads within the local authority, if you like. Those roads are where we know we've got our greatest concentration of death and serious injury, where we know that the crash risk per mile driven is the highest. And for me, that's the place that we need to focus on next. So it's absolutely brilliant that ORR's overseeing the work of the strategic road network. Actually, we need to do the same for the major road network as well. And I'd love to see ORR's remit broadened, if I might be so bold, to look at those major roads within local authorities to drive performance there, because there are no performance metrics. There are no road casualty targets for those roads, and there's very little investment happening. So for me, I'd really love to see the greater remit for ORR to manage that next tier of network down, if you like, and so that we can maximise our impact, maximise the reduction in death and serious injury on our roads.
And that brings to close another episode of the Rail and Road Pod. In the coming weeks, ORR will be publishing its annual benchmarking National Highways report, which will assess National Highways performance and efficiency in its regions, highlighting both good and bad areas of performance, and identify where efforts will be best focused to improve outcomes for road users. So keep an eye on the ORR website for more on that soon. That's all for now. Thanks for listening, and goodbye.